Like, man, I wish that my 40-year-old self could go tell my 20-year-old self, son.
Yeah,
Like, would you
slap
even
in
have
the mouth.
listened?
No, he would slap you right in the mouth. I told y'all stories about me being a little pum pum. I don't even want to see myself back then. I'll call the police.
But I'm just saying, if you would go back and tell you,
Jesus Christ.
it's not appropriate with what she can do. I don't feel like there's anybody in K-pop that can perform at the level she can.
Yeah.
I stand by that statement.
I said that was our first time checking them out. We're not just gonna be like, oh my God, we love them.
If we loved it when we
Well,
saw
yeah.
it, that's what we would
That would
say.
be.
It doesn't matter how many subscribers we lose, viewers we lose. Just because you explained something to me, if I thought it was not good, it's not good.
Okay, how do we start?
I mean, we just start.
Start.
I mean, I guess we're starting now.
Is this a podcast again? We still don't know.
Let us know.
So I guess the topic today is XG K-pop.
No, we've already went over that.
Oh, I'm about to say.
Deja vu?
Yeah, I was about to get into it.
I'm about to give it to him. Yeah, here we are again. We have some topics. We got some questions from all over the sphere. We have our director / moderator, I guess.
No.
1080p.
I push buttons.
That pushes buttons.
There you
Look
go.
what I can do. Boom. Boom.
There you go.
Boom.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, 1080p. You wanna?
Oh yeah, forgot. So we're gonna pick 3 favorite music videos so far this year. Is that what we're doing?
From the last time we
yeah.
recorded.
Yeah, from the last time.
Yeah.
So what you got?
Okay, I guess I'll go first. Shocker, Twice Set Me Free.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's right.
That did come out.
That was
Right. Yeah.
That's definitely one of my favorite music videos that I've seen. I really enjoy In Mix, Love Me Like This, music video. I think that one was really, really dope. And last but not least, I want to go with Purple Kiss.
Oh, shout out.
With the sweetness of Juices. I think that was a really dope music video.
Yes.
I love the choreography.
The way you said that, though.
I love the choreography on that.
Mhm.
I think it's really, really, really dope. I hope they get the appropriate amount of love for that. I haven't checked the temperature on how people are feeling about that record. Have you?
Oh, shoot. It's been all good in my ears.
Okay.
Yeah. In Mix, Love Me Like This.
Yep. That was mine.
One of my favorites. Twice, of course, Set Me Free.
Yep.
And another Set Me Free by Jimin. You know?
You took mine, dog.
I'm sorry, man. I'm just saying that is my favorite since we last, talked. And it's just Jimin just created something that's just really powerful and invigorating, and I can't get enough of it. I'm the video, the choreo, the song. Like, I remember when we first listened to it, I was just like, I don't know about that second verse.
Yeah.
But the more I listen to it now, it just catches on so well. So yeah, that's my top.
He said mine.
All?
Pretty much.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. Yeah. You don't got no comments? Anything you want to elaborate on it?
nah, y'all. I mean, nah. I mean, that's dope. I was going through the list, and those are my picks.
Oh, okay. All
I
right.
was like, those things was fire.
Alrighty then.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what about 3 underrated MVs?
I'll start this one off.
Okay.
I feel like Onu's Circle has been heavily underrated.
Okay.
Music video?
Huh? Just as a whole.
Okay.
The music video and the song. I mean, I feel like with a lot of Shiny releases, they be underrated just because, I don't know. Just what I see. I wish they would get more love and everything like that.
Yeah,
Not saying that they don't,
I
but-
do feel like Old News amount of love he got was slightly underwhelming from what I expected.
Yeah.
And the album was great too. So I don't hear a lot of people talking about his album, or from in my little limited circles, as far as with Twitter people and the people I follow and the stuff that I see, I don't see like that. 50/50's Cupid. We didn't check it out, but I checked it out.
It's been getting a lot of love lately.
It's a great song. It's a great song and a great video too. And Big Naughty, man, I'm a big Naughty fan here, and I react to him a lot on Patreon. But he dropped a joint called Hopeless Romantic with Lisa Young, and it's a great record. But I don't see people talking about it. I don't see a lot of people talking about a lot of things happening like the K R&B space and everything like that. But those are my 3 underrated records of the past few weeks.
Okay, well, for me, I want to go with Pixie with Karma.
Oh,
I think that song is actually really good, really dope. I feel like people are sleeping on that. I have Hwang Min Hyun.
Yes.
That joint.
The hidden side?
That joint right there. Yeah. It caught me off guard. We had been watching the HYBE picnics, and we didn't know. We didn't know he was hiding in plain sight with some fire loaded up in the chamber for our ears.
Yeah.
Like as we finished wrapping up the show.
Yeah.
I thought that was really dope. And last but not least, I got to go with Mamamoo Plus.
Yeah, man.
You Are the Best. That caught me off guard. I knew it was gonna be good. I just didn't know it was gonna be that good with the music video. And I'm always underwhelmed when I see like how Mamamoo's views. Sometimes I'll just be like, "What? Like y'all ain't checking us out?" Like I'd be confused.
Yeah.
But I do know that Mamamoo is crazy, and them songs that they've been putting out are really fun.
Yeah, I was going to say Mamamoo. It was Kai Rover.
Okay.
That was one of my joints I enjoyed, man.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to Rover, man.
Yeah.
But I was going to mention Mamamoo Plus as well. I'm not sure if it's getting the love or not, but another one on my list was I think it is getting the love, but the J-Hope, that was earlier.
Yeah, J-Hope on the street.
Yeah.
It's getting love.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I hope it is. So I'm glad it is.
Yeah.
And I think Eric Nam had a song that I thought was really dope as well.
Okay.
I just like his style. Maybe that's just me. Like, I'm just an Eric Nam fan. Of course, you're a super Eric Nam fan. So those are my 3 right there.
So are there any music videos that you changed your mind about since your initial reaction?
I got one for you. And I forgot it that quick.
Dang, man.
And now I can't say I changed my mind about it, but I want to say the Young Dung Stupid. But the thing is, it's like I already enjoyed the record. But I didn't love the video. But in revisiting, I enjoyed the video a little bit more. I still like the song the same. I thought it was pretty dope. Aside from that, though, I don't feel like I've changed my mind on practically anything. I feel like everything has stayed pretty solid this month. I haven't disliked anything more. I haven't absolutely fallen in love with anything much more than I did already. This must have been a pretty solid stance with how I felt about songs. So if y'all saw it on the reaction, it's pretty accurate right now.
I mean, we can stay there with that. I said it when I checked out the album. I can see the strengths of Young Dumb Stupid now that I've heard it sonically without seeing the music video, and they still kill it. I just don't like the Young Dumb Stupid, but when I listen to
don't be
it,
teasing my girls.
But when I listen to it, it's just like the harmonies and the powerful vocals behind it. I'm just like, yo, this sounds great.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that. I mean, it's not like I didn't like it or I just hated it or nothing like that.
That's what the comments said, right?
Yeah, I know.
That's what they say.
But I appreciate it more on second listen and within the context of the album, which is great, by the way. The album's fire.
Yeah, I checked it out too.
Shout out. Well, I like everything. So
that's not true.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't like everything.
That's the safe thing to say.
That ain't true.
I like a lot of things.
I can count on one hand probably some songs you didn't like.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't like some songs today.
Whoa. Yeah. We got those on the list. Right? But nothing changed my mind. I think everything's pretty solid. At least my stance is pretty solid.
Okay.
Just before you move on to an AP, is there anything you've changed your mind on?
Ooh.
This so far this month?
I don't know. I didn't prepare for this.
Okay.
She's like, I'm just moderating.
Right. I'll try again next time. Okay.
That's a good answer.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. So a few questions came together to make this question. So if your fave does something offensive, where is the line drawn? Where is the line for them to be educated, forgiven, or canceled?
Dang, that's tough.
And what is the proper course of action for them to take? Like, what's the... Yeah.
So
It's loaded. Who
yeah,
wants to start that off?
I did not get this memo. That was on the.
Yes, it was on the list.
No.
This-
I wasn't prepared for that
I was
one.
not prepared.
I'm glad I had the camera on everybody to catch that.
This is definitely one of the questions.
Okay. All right. You can lead this one.
Yeah, there we go.
So, I get the way I look at it is if we're gonna answer this question, we have to ask the audience to be fair and not try to clip and take anything out of context.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not going to happen.
I don't think it works like that.
But so, and basically one of the reasons why this question came about, right, is because everybody kept asking about the Chae Young thing.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
at the end, we were advised not to talk about this.
Oh, we were advised.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we should talk about this.
You forgot?
Yeah, we had
We had a whole conversation about this.
at the
Honor
Airbnb.
Society was like, no, leave it
Yeah.
alone. Don't talk about
Oh.
The shirt thing.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
it. If y'all guys don't feel comfortable, cool. You know, I'll give my piece. The way I look at it is, I feel like people shouldn't really kind of care what we think, because I feel like you should be able to come up with your own thoughts
I like that.
on how you feel about it. At the end of the day, I'm not Jewish, so I can't tell somebody that's Jewish how to feel about the shirt, you know, let alone the person that's wearing the shirt. I mean, I know Jewish people don't really care about Sid Vicious. I just Googled him and saw the kind of mess that he had done. But if Chae came through with a Confederate flag, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would that look?
Yeah.
You know, maybe a QAnon shirt, I could see her maybe not knowing what that is because it's just some dumb American stuff. But the swastika, on the other hand, it's a little, you know, it's
That's
a little
tough.
bit more trickier. And I don't feel like me telling you how I feel about it should sway how you feel about it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I feel like everybody makes mistakes. If y'all could chronicle back to me when I was like 11 to probably like 25, y'all probably would hate my guts. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't as like I'm growing every single day. I learn something new every single day. I feel like we all do. And I feel like at the end of the day, one of the most important things we got to look at is intent. You know, what's the intention of that? You know what I mean? Like, is the person's intent to hurt people? You know, was their like, were they really ignorant about, I don't care, I'm gonna do this anyway?
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't feel like people deserve to be able to be forgiven. You know, look at Chris Brown. Have people forgiven Chris Brown for what happened with Rihanna?
No.
Barely.
But isn't the whole point of like him serving his time and doing what he, you know, the judge said he had to do, like, shouldn't he get a chance?
That's a whole nother battle I don't think you want to get into.
What I'm just, my whole point. My whole point is talking about like the society doesn't like forgiving people for certain things. You know, we watch Avengers. I don't hear anybody complain about Josh Brolin, you know, slapping his wife prior to taking on Thanos.
Oh, he did? Goodness.
I don't know nothing about that.
Oh, really?
No, I didn't know
People were
nothing about that.
like, there was a small amount of people that were like, "Hey, I shouldn't have him in the next Avengers movie because y'all do know what he did to his wife." And people were like, he's killing his Thanos. Who cares? I haven't heard anybody mention it since. You know, Dana White has suspended multiple UFC fighters for beating up women.
Yeah.
However, has he suspended himself after he got caught on camera beating up his wife?
Dang.
And people are still going to order the next pay-per-view. Now, I'm not saying I'm ordering it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, where's your line of forgiveness? You as a person, whoever is watching this, where's your line? Like, where my line is shouldn't matter. I can separate art from people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do it every day. Half of the movies we watch are made by sexual abusers, sexual assaultists. And I'm not necessarily talking about the people in front of the screen. I'm talking about the people that produce it that are going to make the bulk of the money behind the screen. But if we stop watching them, we're also hurting the pockets of the people that are on the screen.
Yeah.
You know, the Cosby Show, for what it's worth, actually had a lot of positive things that the community could draw from and viewed in the show. You know, people boycotted it. And then when Alvin got caught working at Hobby Lobby, people were like, bro, what are you doing here? And he's just like, well, I don't get royalties from the Cosby Show anymore because people don't watch it.
Goodness.
You know what I mean? It's just like, well, we just wanted to hurt Claire Huxtable. Bill Cosby. We didn't want to hurt Alvin.
Yeah, everybody.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I feel like, you know, what Shay did was wrong. You know, I don't know who you blame for that, whether it's her, the stylist, but whether you forget, whether us telling you to hate her or forgive her, that's your choice. That's your decision. You know, and the easiest way to show how you feel is with your dollar. You know what I mean? If you don't like it, don't buy the ticket to the show. Don't check out the next music video. Don't buy the album. If you want to punish the other 8 members because of her, I mean, that's your decision. You know what I mean? It sucks for the other 8 members that absolutely had nothing to do with it. You know, I don't really know what else to say. But at the end of the day, it should be your decision how you feel about it. But the way the mob comes about to like jump on something together, unless we're gonna as a mob come together to be like, all right, this person's done this, and that, we can kind of give them like we're moving on from that as well. I feel like it's not serving a purpose as far as like the mob grouping up on. So sometimes we should look at something and be like, this is a point of education. Let's educate this person. This is a point of ignorance. Let's ignore this person.
Right.
You know, like that's how the thing should move, and it should be based on your barometer. In my opinion, I know that was loaded, but
hey,
it's kind of a loaded question. We're gonna cancel your ass if you say something we don't like. Question.
1,000%.
Nah, that's all I got. I don't know if y'all. I mean, y'all can stay away if y'all want.
How you feeling? I don't even know if I want to touch on this.
It's a deep topic.
I like what you said though about it should be your line. I don't feel like you should gauge us, you know, for where because honestly, we would be here longer than needed to be if we really, really went in depth. Because I feel like we all have different lines,
right?
And we may not all agree. And then we'll get into discussion about why we don't, and then it'll get really loaded. But I do agree with what you're saying. Like, it should just be up to you. Like, you know, it's up to you. Your line, your judgment. But that's all I got to say about it right now.
I agree. I think Dame hit it right on the head. Music is a personal experience, right? So however you want to deal with that is how you choose to deal with it, you know? If an artist kind of cross the line for you, then it's up to you to determine whether they're kind of back on that end or if you forgive them. Because at the end of the day, you're the person who's enjoying it. So if you're enjoying it, but there's something in your mind that doesn't make it feel right for you, then don't listen to it. But if you don't care, shrug your shoulders, you know? So there's some artists that can do some things, and I'll be like, and there's some other artists that may do the smallest thing, and I'll be like, you know? But it's a personal experience.
I do want to put on one thing. I do think people should have a course to be forgiven. I do want to point that out that much, like
because it doesn't seem like we have one.
Yeah, I don't believe that people should just be like canceled. Like the thing.
But it depends on how they act.
I know, but that's the thing. So it depends on the first course or the first, hopefully not a second,
right,
incident happens. But I do feel like people should have some type of course to be forgiven, because I do feel like a lot of people that do get into any type of controversies or anything like that, they're not necessarily given the light to be forgiven.
Yeah,
it's just as soon as they open their mouth, hey, shut up! Remember what you did?
Right. So I will say that I do want to point that out. I do think people should be allowed to have time to learn and grow from their experiences and just try to adapt to be a better person. And with time, if they show that they're not, then
it's like,
yeah.
Yeah, are you supposed to hate your favorite musician because you found out they was a drug addict? You know what I'm saying? And they did some horrible things. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just Shawn Michaels, one of my favorite wrestlers. Everybody that talks about him talks about how big of a piece of crap he was in the locker room. He was a womanizer. But bell to bell, he was one of the best wrestlers ever. So am I supposed to just not watch any of his matches until he kind of became a born again Christian and changed his life?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like his work still stood for itself. You know what I mean? It's just like he just was a piece of work. He changed. He grew up. He changed. He's just like, man, I was tripping back then. You know what I mean? But everybody gets there. I heard a statistic like most people's brains don't fully develop until they're 25. I'm starting to believe that. I don't feel like you can
30.
really make good decisions.
Yeah, 30, 35.
Right. I'm really getting to the point where I'm starting to think, like, I even been saying it to my wife, like, because like our daughter, she'd be like, man, I hope she starts making good decisions. And folks, I'm like, no, she's not even 25 yet. She's going to make stupid ass decisions for the next couple years. Like, you don't even start making good decisions until you're 25. And if you did,
32.
That was usually because you chose. It was usually because you chose to learn from somebody else's mistake.
Yeah.
But most people don't. Most people will be like, no, I know I'm right.
I've heard so many success stories or like, life stories, and it's all after the age of 40.
Right.
They've talked about.
Dang.
No, but am I lying?
No.
After 50?
You always hear it. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying.
Matter of fact, they said
that.
most men don't even hit their like financial stride until they hit 45.
Wow.
And it's just like I value those because it's just like,
yeah, you don't even feel bad no more, right? You like, I'm
Not
almost
a little
there. I'm
bit.
getting there.
I don't think you can be
Yes.
you can have everything lined up for you in your 20s if you just like God like provided everything for you right away. But I don't think you still are all the way together.
How about it? You know how hard it is
you
to
blow
get
it.
20s?
You blow it all.
And it's just like I feel like some people just like, whoa,
Bro, even if, like, people always be like, man, I wish that my 40-year-old self could go tell my 20-year-old self, son.
Yeah,
Like, would you
slap
even
him
have
out.
listened?
No, he will slap you right in the mouth. I told y'all stories about being a little pum. I don't even want to see myself back there. I'll call the police.
But I'm just saying, if you would go back and tell you,
Jesus Christ.
if you could go back and talk to yourself, would yourself would have listened?
I ain't talking to that man. He just got to figure it out.
I just think it's because we live in such a different society today where people are just so quick to be like, no, you're done.
Yeah, that sucks.
And it really sucks.
Okay, so Tati. Yeah, I'm assuming Tati. Okay, so Tati at Patreon asks, what are your thoughts on survival shows? Would you prefer that shows give groups that already debuted another chance, or shows that create an entirely new group?
I think both of them are fine. I'm actually cool with giving new groups a second chance with maybe a different sound to see what can happen. I just don't like and I feel like the groups that are already established are kind of used to the grind and a little bit more sturdier. Like I just don't like the breaking of hearts stuff that comes along with the regular survival shows. I think that stuff is whack because it's like they dramify it so much and they don't even care. Like, bro, like we just sitting on the edge of our seat with the way that Homeboy on The Hidden Singer was doing the Jesse thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just imagine how it feels to be on a survival show to hear like, you'll find out who gets eliminated in 3, 2 after the break. And you got I don't like that. I think it's corny. So I if I had a choice, I'd say let's give groups that have already had a shot another shot. I think that's cool. I think that's a cool idea.
I don't mind each type. I would say that I'm more of into the shows where they're newer groups because you get to learn a lot about the members.
Yeah.
And it is fun watching like groups we know about compete as well, but it's always some sort of expectations where we already know what's going to be the end game of the show, I guess I could say. But I like it better when it's like, some new groups because you get to learn and they're a little bit more edgier or passionate about it. Not to say that the groups that are there not, because they have fun too.
Oh yeah.
But I think I just like new groups more.
I think I'm with you all. I don't like. Well, I can't say I like it for the entertainment value. I don't like it for what the artists have to experience. So like some of these, the more mature groups, when they're competing against each other, it's a popularity contest, right? And then when it comes to the newer groups, I feel like it's a little bit too harsh at times. Like, who wants to go through, like, you're about to get eliminated. So you got all these people working together, they're trying to get on the band or on the group, and then it's like, oh yeah, one of y'all about to get eliminated. It's like, what does that do to like the psyche, the pressure, like all that stuff? We're like at the edge of our seats, we're laughing, but how were they feeling in those moments? So I think entertainment wise, it's very entertaining, but for artist development, I'm not too sure. I would think that's the best thing. Now that HYBE picnic though, that was cool. But those competitions were a little bit more on the lighter side. Nobody was getting eliminated. Everybody was just joining each other's company. I think that
people definitely got eliminated.
They got eliminated.
It was fun. It was
but,
fun.
it was fun.
I get what you're saying.
It was more casual. It was like, don't get eliminated and then go home.
Yeah.
It's more like,
don't get eliminated and not get no ice cream.
You don't get no ice cream.
All you get is coffee.
Right. Like, that's more fun. You get to see the redemption moments, and there's a lot of other factors. But we're watching shows where people are losing their voice, and they're having to sing through it. That's tough to watch. So we're on the edge of our seats, but we feel very bad for some of these groups. So shout out.
Good point.
Okay, so Jasmine of Patreon asks, are there songs or albums that you guys regularly come back to despite the new releases? And does the possibility of fandoms getting angry with your review ever stress you out, or how do you deal with it if so?
Oh, that's what's up.
Well, I stopped reading the comments.
Oh wow.
And
I still send them to him.
Yeah, he be sending me thumbnails. He be trying to trigger me. But I stopped reading the comments, and it was only because it's like for my sanity. Because I realized that I was commenting more on the negative comments as opposed to the more overwhelming number of positive comments that we were getting. Yeah. So I was just like, you know what? Let me chill out for a minute. I even logged out of social media. So I was just like, yo, let me get a real chill peace of mind and like Zen mind state before I start digging back into the comments. So this fan backlash, screw what I'm gonna say, like skew what I might say. No. Like I say what I feel, and I usually just blurt it out, no matter how you guys how I feel like you guys may consume it. I feel like most people that have watched our content for a while know that when I'm usually saying something, it's not ill intent, and I'm usually referring to the music. I try to keep it about the music and not necessarily the people, personal attacks per se.
I would think I say most people know that you're a blunt person.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? The reason being is because it's like, I don't like feeling like we're wasting our time. You know what I'm saying? So if we check out something and it's not good, I kind of feel slightly offended. Like, especially when it's not something we... No. What I mean by like, especially when it's not something we went out and intended to watch ourselves. Like, sometimes when we get suggestions, like, hey, y'all guys got to check this out. You're going to love it. And it's just kind of like, nah, I didn't love it.
But, I mean, that's going to be... That's part of the reaction, though. You may not be,
But, yeah, I mean, but I'm going to say how I felt about it, and I know sometimes people are going to be mad. The only times I do actually get upset is when I feel like what I said was taken out of context.
Yeah, that's tough.
And or you guys didn't even hear what I had to say, because a lot of times you can clearly see the analytics and people aren't staying till the end. So we'll say something and then we usually may have a little bit more to say and people didn't hear it. And you can clearly see by the comment like, oh, so you clicked it off right there and didn't hear what we said beyond that point. What was the first part of the question again? Because I did want.
Do we ever go back to music?
Oh yeah. Do we ever go back to music? So look, so far for me, man. So far this year, it's been XG, it's been New Jeans.
Yeah, facts.
It's been Twice. It's been NCT 127.
1000%.
And Set Me Free Part 2. Those are the heavy rotators right now on my playlist. And nothing's been pushing XG and New Jeans out. Nothing. Like I just absolutely love what they're doing. And Mix's new project is really good.
Yeah, Mix is good.
Yeah, to answer that first part of the question, there's been a variety of songs and albums that I come back to, and even a lot of people knew that. Like I always say, I'm adding stuff to my playlist, and I really do add to my playlist. For a while, when we were doing TRC radio, I would share those playlists with everybody that I'll be curating myself and everything. So I still kind of do that on the low.
Playing us a lot too.
But as far as like the albums that I probably can think off the top of my head that I go back to, New Jeans, of course. Twice. He always says he sees me listening to Twice stuff.
Of course.
I listen to what my friends listen to, and it always is, and it'll be Twice on. Then I'll look at who was listening to it, and it'll be Ambitious. I'm like, I knew it, man.
But one album that I know that I've played to death was DPR Ian's album. I played that a lot last year.
Dang, I haven't got back to that.
So that's one album that I've constantly went back to as an album. Like I'll play it from start to finish. But those are just a couple I can think of in my head. As far as the other question, I ain't gonna lie, I get stressed sometimes. And the reason I get stressed is because, in my opinion, I feel like we are some of the coolest guys on YouTube. All right. And I feel like we actually give our honest opinions. Sometimes it may come off rough to somebody because they're not used to how we talk or how
spitting water out.
No, I'm just saying sometimes it may come off as like mean or whatever people will say, but we just have a direct way of talking about some things. And I'll use the Baby Monster things, since that's most recent thing, as an example. Yo, we've been watching Baby Monster, and I've been like growing to like the group members a lot more since watching it.
Oh yeah.
Because we've been given time to learn the members of the group and watch them.
Yeah.
It's a reaction, yo. We're going to say things that we feel. And the amount of comments that I see, I'm just going to have to point out, Blaine, some of y'all are just salty. And it gets really stressful because there's a lot of things that even the judges and the people on the panel of the YG have said to Baby Monster that we have literally said.
Right. Especially and the Monster line.
Yeah.
I think we literally said that.
But it's just like, since we some nobodies on YouTube, we don't know what the hell we talking about. And that's what really gets to me. And
now you jealous.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Jealousy
bro?
in your eyes. But I mean, and that's the only thing. It's not stressing to the point where I'm like mad and like want to cry and stuff. But it's just like, yo,
nobody else is keeping it real, y'all.
Nobody else. I mean, I can think of a few people that actually have genuine reactions that talk. But a lot of people are just scared to give their honest gut reaction, and they get criticized for it.
Yeah,
and that's what I don't like about it. So, I feel like what was part of the question about the fandoms? Can you rephrase?
Yeah. Does the possibility of the fandoms getting angry with your review ever stress you out?
Yeah, and it does to a point where it's just like it's not going to change how I feel. I'm still going to say how I feel or whatever, but we be joking about it, like, oh man, we know they typing and everything like that. And it's just like, yo, man, you just gotta learn that when you check out a video, it's almost always our first time checking it out, and we come back to it.
Yeah.
Don't think that we just check it off and no. There's been a lot of stuff that I come back and like, okay, let me see how it feels the second or third time around. And I've been saying like there's some songs where I'll be like, yo, I actually like it now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I mean, it doesn't get me mad to the point where I get mad at like, the group or anything like that. But, sometimes I'm just like, yo, y'all need to chill out.
Well said, you guys. I'm not going to say it as well, but I'll start with the first one. Everything you guys named music-wise, I'm on the same thing. Nyan, though, I love her project, her solo project. And Got the Beat. Did somebody mention that one?
Pop.
That's good.
Yeah, Got the Beat.
Yeah. Solid projects. For the other question about getting stressed out, I'm legally blind when it comes to the comments, so I think you guys know that already. But I do like the good ones. So I do enjoy those.
He ain't lying, y'all, because when he'll get over
like,
here,
yo, you saw it?
You see the comments, he be like, hold on, what?
What they say?
What they say? Hold on. Oh my God,
that's crazy.
They really said that, But yeah.
But I do enjoy the good comments as well. I feel like the ones that of the people that know us usually pretty much at the top. You see more likes, you see more love because those are the ones that actually know us, and we know our intent. We know that we are actually diving into these artists' catalog. We even know their names, right? A lot of artists, a lot of actors may not even know their names. So I think we do appreciate the artists. I think we appreciate the struggle. So I think our critique pretty much always comes in a place of like honest critique of the music, direction. We're talking about the production. We're talking about the videographer. We're talking about the team as a whole.
Yeah.
We're not saying we don't like something just because, right? Yeah. So I kind of lean and trust that, you know, our judgment is pretty solid. And we've been honest since the beginning. We've never compromised.
What I don't like, and I want to make sure, because I want to tack it on this question. What I don't like is when people, like we're talking about, try to find something to pick on.
Oh, like the Twice wall?
Like the Twice thing. And they're like, oh, this is just because I just got to use Baby Monster because that's our most recent example, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
But people were just like, oh, well, y'all a bunch of Twice fans. Yeah, that's why y'all don't like it. Ain't even about that, man. It's not about that at all.
I never had that thought once.
And it's just like
watching, they ain't better than Twice. Like that didn't even come to mind.
It's not that at all, man. It's just like of course, we have had more time with Twice.
A lot more time.
Baby Monster, that was our first time checking them out. We're not just gonna be like, oh my God, we love them.
If we loved it when we saw it, that's what we would say.
But you can't. That's what I don't like. I don't like when fandoms try to turn it into a war. Like we just like somebody else more, and that's why we didn't like this person or this group. That's stupid, man. And I'm just gonna call it out. That's dumb.
But I feel like we do a good job of checking
like
out.
Remy right there.
Oh yeah, you so dumb. But we do a good job checking out everybody, regardless of the fandom. So either way, you can say we're stands of this or whatever. But we literally checking out everybody.
Because there's a lot of people that just stick to one group.
Well, they don't react to certain stuff because they know it ain't gonna get them views. But we still tend to just try to get in what we can. We try to get as much as we can. Yeah. We can't get everything, but we try.
Right.
Okay, so up next we have Pole Bear. They want to know, what collabs do you want to see happen?
I feel like we kind of talk about this all the time.
Yeah, a lot.
When we're doing gold tier videos.
Yeah, talk about Soulja Boy.
Right, Soulja Boy. I sent it to y'all, I believe. I don't know if you guys saw it, but did y'all see the Momo and Kai?
Kai, yeah.
No.
They were doing the dance for Rover and the dance for Set Me Free.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. Delicious.
Yeah, man. And I thought that was actually dope. I gotta show it to Bang Bang because Bang Bang didn't see it.
Yeah.
Big Kai fan over here.
Yeah, there you go, man. Just so you can watch it, man. Oh yeah.
You might want to turn it down though. It's kind of loud.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that would be dope.
So I think that's dope. Just seeing that type of collab. I love that. So if EXO, it's more.
Okay,
it's more. They did Set Me Free. But yeah, so I'd like to see XG collaborate with some more of the K-pop artists, just because I just feel like they're getting a lot of hate and they're smiling through it. It's like I see it. It's like, you know what I mean? It's a lot of hate and they're smiling through it. I would like to see some more collaborations with people on the same labels. You know what I mean? I like to see some mix and match stuff. I like to see like YG, JYP, SM put together compilation album similar to what SM does.
All of them?
No. I'm just saying, like, just doing collaborations.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I would like to see.
I hope.
But if I had a dream collaboration of some sort, man, I would like to see something like the singers. Like I want to see something like Hyolyn and Beyonce do something together, just because I feel like people that aren't familiar with Hyolyn will be absolutely blown away with what she can do. Could you imagine Hyolyn and Onu doing like a sing off on a record together? Like I want to see Hyolyn doing more. I just don't feel like she gets the amount of respect that she's supposed to based on the legendary stuff she did just last year.
Yeah.
Like real talk.
Still active.
It's tough. I'm trying to think of collabs. It's just so many. I can't really point one out.
Yeah. Just make up one on the spot.
I just want collabs to happen, period. Because I want fans to see that these artists can come together and do a song and not have no problem with it.
And not just a little 20-second TikTok dance.
Right.
Which was still dope, by the way.
It's still dope.
Yeah, that was fire.
But I think I feel like it's getting better. The idea of certain collabs. I just want to see it be more prevalent
Yeah.
in this industry. That's all.
Well, y'all know mine. I think I mentioned it last reaction. We talked about Billy and New Jeans.
Yeah, he had a real dope name, y'all.
Yeah, what's
He
the
said,
name, man?
What's the name for Billy and New Jeans collab?
Maybe we can call it I don't know, Billy Jeans. Oh my gosh, that was terrible. But
Nah, that's great.
but
I just think they might have a lawsuit coming.
It'll be a super lawsuit. Yeah, somebody gonna get paid off of that. But yeah, I mean, I'm with the guys, man. Just a little bit more collaborations with some of our favorite groups, but we know how hard it is. That's why I keep going back to that that HYBE picnic thing, man. That's like a collaboration in a way, just to see the artists interact with each other that you'll never see interact. Just more opportunities just to see artists together having fun, so we don't have to, like we see them enjoying each other's company, not know there is no beef or no whatever the case is. We can just tune in and watch those guys have a good time.
Right.
Okay, so it doesn't say. I keep reading Amine. Okay, Anime Intro Styles 4 asks, will y'all be attending any upcoming concerts?
Actually, we will. We got tickets to the Mamamoo concert.
Mamamoo.
So there's some pretty good tickets. We're gonna go see Mamamoo. Me and 1080p are gonna go see NMix.
Oh, doubt.
Nice.
We got some NMix tickets, and those are confirmed. We'll see what else will happen
Oh,
as the year. Oh yeah.
Oh snap! We gonna all be together and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh my God!
It's hard. He got to ask those questions.
How y'all do that,
Man.
It was tough.
I just said.
It wasn't as tough as Twice.
Okay.
Because I'm just saying, like, the Mamamoo tickets were definitely a lot easier to get than Twice tickets, because the Twice line was ridiculous. The Mamamoo line, I kind of got in late.
Oh,
and 1080p was already in there, and got some good seats.
Good stuff.
So,
Great.
looking forward to that. And I want to see some more stuff. We're going to be checking out Red Velvet on Gold Tier soon. That'll be dope.
Yeah.
Going to check out the Twice concert on Gold Tier. That's going to be dope. There's going to be some dope stuff this year. Looking forward to it.
For sure. All right. Coral Barnes is asking, what are some of y'all favorite groups or artists that don't get enough love or support?
Well, I'm going to say Hyolyn.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say it until my face is blue. I love Hyolyn. I'm pretty sure 1080p could testify to that. She loves Hyolyn.
I do.
I feel like the level of love she's not getting it's not appropriate with what she can do. I don't feel like there's anybody in K-pop that can perform at the level she can.
Yeah.
I stand by that statement. I don't see anybody else flipping around upside down, singing, holding notes. Do you, Ace?
No, I don't.
Holding the notes.
The true winner of Queendom. Easily. I don't really have anything else to say about it. I mean, if you want to say outside of that, outside of Hyolyn, I feel like most people, for the most part, get quality love. Like, I'm not going to say New Jeans. I'm not going to say Twice. I'm not going to say NCT 127. I feel like ATs could get a little bit more love. But aside from that, though, I feel like most people that I really enjoy, they get a decent amount of love.
P1 Harmony.
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, I feel like they are loved by their core fan base, but I feel like they need a little bit more. They should be shining, like they need to be out there, like P1 Harmony, most definitely. So that's the one that comes to the top of that dome. It's P1 Harmony.
Well, I'm with you. What Dane mentioned when he was like, I feel like a lot of people get the love. I want to know who doesn't get love, who doesn't. I would think Mamamoo, but I feel like they get their love. When I see them, I think they should be like up there. I'm not sure if they're gonna be credited with the Twice and the Blackpink. I just hope they do.
You think so?
I hope they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I hope they do.
Okay.
In my book, they are. But I hope they get that same love.
Okay, so this is a combination question from Teresa and Shills WW.
Word.
They want to know if you think the K-pop market is oversaturated right now.
You know what? I thought this question was interesting. And the main reason I say that is I feel like K-pop is in their early 2000s hip hop moment.
Yes.
And what I say about that is, do y'all guys? I don't know if you guys remember, but in the early 2000s, everybody was like, "Yo, it's over for hip hop. It's oversaturated. The sound isn't changing." Then what happened? The sound changed.
Yeah, a lot.
And we got even a whole new wave, a whole new style of artists. We got the backpack movement. And I feel like hip hop got even bigger than it had ever been. Like now it's the number one genre of music in the world. So I don't feel like it's oversaturated. I do feel like there are some things that are starting to become cliche. But I do feel like with groups like XG and New Jeans and that cider joint that we saw earlier today.
Cider.
Zikers or
Psychers.
Yes.
Yeah, Psychers. My bad. The KQ group.
Yeah.
I feel like with stuff like that, it'll continue to evolve and change, and we'll get new stuff. So I don't feel like it's oversaturated. It's just more options available for you to pick from for what you like.
Yeah.
And you don't have to abandon what you do like just because something else comes along. Just add it to the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's oversaturated. I feel like anytime you have an influx of appreciation for a growing I don't want to say new, but anytime you feel like something is getting bigger, I'm glad to see more people become a part of it.
Yeah.
The sound itself can sometimes feel like, oh, we've heard this. Oh, yeah, we heard that. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that, it's providing a lot of outlets for a lot of young release trainees and everything to actually get some time to experience this type of things. I can't imagine what the experience is like trying to attain a dream of performing a part of a group or anything like that. And so I think it's in a good spot right now where they have a lot of people that are willing to get to know these new groups and become fans and, push them to be better artists themselves.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's oversaturated. I think sometimes the ideas can seem a lot similar. That's just because that's music. But I think it allows a space for things to get better. So the more that come in, hopefully that pushes a lot of these writers and these creators and directors behind the scene to try to stand out.
I love that. Well, until you see your first SoundCloud K-pop group, it's not oversaturated.
They're probably already there. We probably just don't know.
Well, then when we know,
it might be a K-pop YouTube short, group.
Right. Just
new tech.
My biggest fear, I don't think it's oversaturated, but I think it's progressively really fast. And my biggest fear is when the AI start to get involved. Then once AI start to get involved, I do have a fear that maybe the genre could become oversaturated then, especially if you have a whole lot of AI-generated groups. It may start off as one, but, Coca-Cola may have its own AI-generated group. So you just never know when it comes to this genre. Everything moves so fast. So I think it's at a good place. I just really hope they focus on the artistry. The more they start trying to stray away from like more of the technology side, I'll get a little worried. So that's just me.
Okay. All right. So I guess this ties into a little bit of that last question, but is K-pop losing its excitement or charm for you guys?
No,
not yet.
Nope.
And the reason why I actually enjoy K-pop is just because of the spontaneousness and the sporadicness of what's happening. Like I usually go in not necessarily knowing what's going to happen, and it's kind of like a roller coaster ride. And some of them are like crazy over the tops, King's Dominion, Busch Gardens, Six Flags type rides, and some of them are just your regular fare style rides. But either way, it's a journey. Some are better, some are a hall of mazes.
Yeah.
But it's all a thing.
Yeah, I think what I like about K-pop is the fact that they're always trying to capture your attention in some type of different way.
Mm.
And I think that's important to any type of artistry is you're trying to captivate your audience. You try to keep their attention. And I feel like that's one thing that K-pop excels at If it's not the song, it's gonna be the promo shoots. If it's not the promo shoots, it's gonna be the teasers. If it's not the teasers, it's gonna be some type of photo card or merch thing that's going to keep your attention. If it's not that, then it's going to be a light stick. If it's not that, it's going to be a mini movie, a mini film. Yeah. It's not that, it's going to be a variety show.
I'm about to say a show.
And stuff like that. So if you don't like something about a comeback, you're going to like something about the comeback. You know what I'm saying? There's always an option for you to get invested in something. And I think that's the different thing that just keeps people invested in what K-pop is, because there's always something different happening.
Yeah.
And you can really never expect it.
And it's kind of breaking into like even our side. You know, it's really starting to get more global. I mean, obviously it's been global, but you're starting to see it more and more and more. You know, I go to Dunkin' Donuts and it's nothing for me to hear a K-pop song, right? You're seeing it all over the place. They're on like Jimmy Kimmel, right? Like, okay. I mean, I can see Jimmy Fallon, but y'all, Jimmy Kimmel too, right?
Good Morning America.
Good Morning America.
Kelly Clarkson.
Like
all this stuff, yeah.
You know, they're really careful about what they put on their platform. So, I mean, it's spreading. I think it's more popular now than ever. And right now, like you said, mentioned Ace, like the way they're capturing our attention, like we're investing with these artists, the groups, and they're putting a lot of work into creating their content as well, right? These projects, like we said this years ago, these are movies they were dropping. The production value, the dancing, the choreography, like artists know each other's choreography, you know? So there's a lot of people that are involved in creating these projects and in the shows. So very dope. Shout out.
Yes. So if y'all were to put someone onto K-pop, what song or artist would you introduce to them? Like, how would you introduce them?
Right now, it would be XG. I feel like that's the safest on ramp.
That's too safe. I need you to give another answer. That's too safe,
bro. It's the safest.
No, I need you to give another. That's too safe. Come on, I need you to pull.
That's what I said. I said it's the safest.
The next one, I think that's too safe.
As in a song they're actually singing in Korean.
Yeah.
I mean, I would go with AO from NCT 1. I feel like NCT 127 is a safe group. And the only reason I say that is just because even when I was, you know, like at my job, and anytime anybody asks me like about K-pop, I usually put an NCT 127 song on, just because it's just like that is easily identifiable by the type of music they already listen to. Right. Like them for those that don't know, them joints is like a hip hop producer at heart. And like, so when they hear the beats, they be like, oh, that sounds like something that he's done in America for Anderson .Paak, or you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's easily relatable. And then they kind of hear the rapping, or you know, Stray Kids God's Menu is a good thing, because when Han first comes in, it gives people some Busta Rhymes vibes, and they look at that and they be like, yo. But the easy answer is XG, because I feel like when you play that, people just be like, yeah, they killed that. I like that. I
mean, NCT, that was a great answer.
Super great.
I was going to say Stray Kids.
Boom.
Because it's just like, I feel like they've given us enough to where you can pick a song from each of their projects and just be like, listen to this right quick. Tell me what you like about that. Oh, you don't like that one? Then try this one. They're going to like one of Stray Kids comebacks. Like, they're going to like
they got some stuff to hoodle of.
Yeah. Yeah. So I feel like Stray Kids, and if I was going to reach and say another group, I would say like Red Velvet.
Really?
Because
for R&B for sure.
For R&B, like Red Velvet is easy for me. I feel like people will love a lot about Red Velvet.
Yeah.
So those will be the two groups I would put on the spot. If anybody was just like maybe R&B lover, BB.
Oh,
Dean. You know, people like that. That's easy. That's easy. Yeah, if they wanted some rap, I mean Chang Mo.
Yeah.
There's a list. I got a list to put people on. So I think it's easier now because we've gotten so invested in it to where I can probably pick on a playlist. Like I said, it depends on the genre. Yeah, it depends on the genre. But I got a list.
Shout out.
You know, if you've been listening to Yachty, I got some Yumda for you.
There you go.
Ooh. Well, I think I'll probably go to one of these guys first because they're the connoisseurs. But I will agree. Stray Kids, I'll just stick with Stray Kids or Twice. You can't go wrong with that, in my opinion. I think as far as the catalog, I mean, it's just the variety of sounds, the production. To me, that's premium, in my opinion. It's just the best quality. They've been around for a good amount of time. They have, beats from like all types of feels. The more of the, earlier sounds to the more mature sounds. So very diverse catalog. So those will be the two ones I'll pick. But I'm with Ace when it comes. My favorite will probably be on the and it's a personal thing, but if there's somebody who has like my style, I'll probably put them on like a BB or more on the KR&B side. But those are not really as popular.
But still, I think it would get somebody interested.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's more relatable and they can get into that. And be like, okay, well, if you like this, see this and that. I feel like,
Yeah.
Okay, so Sugar Flakes.
Oh, dope name. Sugar
Mhm.
Flakes. I like that.
Just stay away from diabetes. Okay, so will you be reacting to the recent HYBE stuff or will it all be on Patreon?
And originally we said we wasn't going to talk about this. We have done some HYBE stuff. We have some New Jeans reactions up. We just checked out a new TXT record, but you guys are talking about BTS, obviously.
Oh.
So let's talk about this, and hopefully we don't got to talk about it again. So we posted a Jin reaction to Astronaut. In the comments.
Now, hold on. It wasn't just Jen. That was just the one to make us...
Oh, yeah. That was the one where we just said, all right, pull the plug on it.
Right. Get that right.
So there's a couple groups that the fandoms don't care. If you don't love it, it's over with. You need to go to hell and die and all types of negative comments. Yeah. So it was just like, so when we didn't love the Jin reaction, people get really upset. And I will say that the majority of the comments were kind of just like, oh man, that kind of sucks that you guys didn't like it. But some of them were just really like getting really grimy. And we had a conversation. It was just like, yo, just pull it. It doesn't matter how many subscribers we lose, viewers we lose, if we pull the reaction. But I feel like we kind of made a decision that it's like, look, this fandom at times is too toxic for commentary about stuff that we don't like. So how about we just don't post their reactions anymore?
Now you're missing a big portion here.
Yeah, go ahead. You can say it.
But prior to that reaction, we had already been talking about it for months.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to elaborate on months. It was a topic that every time we did a BTS related reaction, no matter what we had positive or negative to say, the negative outweighed the positive.
Yeah.
And it was getting to the point where I felt because, me and Dane, we see the comments pop up.
Mm-hmm. Right to the phone.
Right to the phone. As soon as we see the comment, it pops up. And with the addition of the Jin videos, a couple other videos were just like, yo, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
It really isn't. And to me, it just got to the point where it's just like, I feel like our community, we have like great army. You know what I'm saying? But there's some army out there that is just too much. And it got to the point where it's just...
We didn't want them in the comments. So it was just like, you know what? Let's just not post it.
So to answer the other part of the question, we are still doing them. They're just on Patreon.
And I just want to point out, we never advertise that. Like, we don't say go sign up for the Patreon and check out BTS reactions and stuff like that. We just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We see the comments, hey, y'all gonna check out Jin, RM, and stuff like that. Look, and it doesn't matter if we liked it or not. The negative comments still was coming in like crazy. Where it was just like, bro, what the, like, and they're not the only fandom. Like, we've had conversations about already. There's some groups, if y'all don't see the reaction, your best assumption is that the fandom comments just made us not even post it. And that doesn't mean that we didn't like the song.
Right.
It just means that we just like, for our sanity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when people start talking about, hurting people and stuff, like,
that's too much.
Like, bro, like, why is our thoughts on something swaying you that much? Like, you know what I mean? If you came up to me and said, "Hey, I hate Set Me Free," I'd be like, "Really?" And I go on with my day. Go get some munchkins from Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm gonna question you. Don't get twisted. I'm gonna ask you why. I'm gonna tell you to elaborate. And please give me details.
I may think that your assessment of that is way off.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not gonna go and jump off a bridge because you said you didn't like it. You know, if that was the case, we wouldn't be here already.
If I want to
we've liked a lot of records, and the viewership says that they don't like them.
If I want to keep it like 100, this started way. I don't know if this started exactly with this video, but it started with our Black Swan reaction.
I was about to say Black Swan.
Mm-hmm.
That's how far back this started, and it just got to the point where it's just like, bruh, like Black Swan. I've said it is one of my favorite BTS records now.
Yes,
but it had to grow on me.
But that video.
Yeah, but what was it? The performance video or whatever. Yeah. And it was just like because people didn't, because we didn't like it, people thought we was insane. Like something was wrong.
It wasn't just that we were insane. We were stupid. Yeah. We're all these things. Like we didn't understand it. And it's like if you're saying we don't understand it, like just understand.
And I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, you just don't understand. You just don't understand what it means. Listen.
And I've said it before. Just because you explain something to me, if I thought it was not good, it's not good. Even after you make me understand it, like I'm telling you, it happens all the time. Like, yo, this happened. Like, so, yo, did you not notice this Quentin Tarantino movie? This meant this and this. Still don't like it. Like that's the case. Like that could be true.
Different. It hits people different.
Their art, Age of Ultron is a good example of the reverse. Like I got some like information where it was just like, yo, this meant this. I was like, oh, that actually makes it better. Mm-hmm. But for the comments that we were seeing for some of this other stuff, like, oh, this is an artist. My artistic view is different from your artistic view.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The stuff that I like graffiti. I like people that draw with that kind of mindset. I think Basquiat is trash. That's me.
Hey.
These billionaires think it's the greatest thing on the planet.
Very expensive.
You know, so if you're checking us out for our reaction, that's our thoughts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't like it, that's cool. Voice your opinions.
And we ain't the first channel to go through that, so don't get it twisted. I've seen a lot of channels that go through this, a lot of channels that stop reacting to K-pop. I found because of some of the comments people leave and stuff like that, and it's just too much. And to the person that commented just yesterday, that I don't know your name, but they said, I wonder why you're not reacting to BTS no more. The reason why y'all got so big and all that. You can think that. That's your thoughts. That's your opinion, but I feel like we reacted to a variety of things.
And BTS definitely helped us get here.
Yeah.
But they're not the only. We have never been just a BTS channel. If you want, there's other channels for that. Yeah. That all they do is check out everything BTS. We're multis here. We like multiple different groups. We like multiple different sounds. We check out pretty much anything we can.
Yeah. Including BTS.
Yeah, including BTS. But that's just never been our staple here. Like, yo, what did BTS do? Let's react to it. Like, we're not posting BTS reactions, even though that may hurt our channel. I mean, does that not show some form of integrity?
No.
You know what I mean?
It just shows us that we're haters.
Yeah.
And that, we don't care about them when we've moved on. But
just know that BTS isn't the only group. So there's gonna be some reactions coming up soon that y'all guys are gonna be like, why ain't there a reaction to it? And there we go.
All right. All right. So this is the last one. And Michael D'Angelo wants to know what you guys think it takes for a K-pop song to chart well in America.
Oh.
You know what? I hate the charts.
He's the wrong person to ask that question.
Charts. Yeah, the charts. I think at the end of the day, the thing that matters is good music always wins out. And anytime good music isn't winning, I feel like it's a failure at the system. And the reason why I say that is the labels. There's labels, and the labels own record labels, and the record labels own the labels, and then the companies own the record labels also own the radio stations. So it's like they're scratching each other. They're scratching each other's hands to make sure certain things happen in a certain motion. So when songs aren't charting in America, I don't really pay it any attention just because it could be from a multitude of reasons.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's not good. Like, I don't know. At the end of the day, what matters to me is good music.
Yeah.
Is it good? Am I gonna listen to this in a couple months? Is it good that a song goes number one for 2 months and then nobody ever listens to it again?
So let's take the question though. I know that's your feelings, but what do you think it takes to chart?
I mean, if you want to easily chart, you make a cheesy ass song with a whack ass hook and a cheesy beat from a producer that everybody uses all over and over again, and you may chart.
Like a TikTok dance.
Your song may only be relevant for a certain amount of time, but you will chart. I just don't think you'll have much staying power, and you'll probably only be relevant for 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, the artists that have staying power are artists that figure out how to make songs that matter, make songs that last, make songs that stand the test of time, and some of those manage to chart as well. We have some industry plants that do manage, but for the most part, in 5 years, nobody's gonna be talking about them, and the real music will survive
every time.
Yeah. It's a very hard question for me to elaborate on because part of me, like, I look at the charts and when it comes to music, like, all the music I listen to. But I get discouraged because some of those charts just be like, what? But like, even though I know it's a thing, I just can't really say for sure that I believe in the charts. I'm happy when an artist does receive that accolade of charting something because I know in their eyes they worked hard for it and it's something they achieved. So I'm never going to discredit that. I know that's an achievement for anybody. I know there's maybe a lot of things that I don't agree with, and my personal taste included and everything like that, and it ain't about that. But I don't know. I just feel like charts nowadays are just a little bit too patchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit too inflated. There's a little bit. I don't know, man. I used to work in a warehouse, and I swear I heard the same top 20 for 5 years, man. And it's like sometimes I don't believe these charts, man. It's just like you can't tell me this song is still going hard in a club or somebody's radio. No. I'm sorry.
like Lotto, like no disrespect, but Lotto, what's the fantasy knockoff joint? Big Energy.
Yeah, Big
still
Energy.
plays, bro. You can't tell me that song is that good. You can't. It's not that good.
And it's just with some things like that. It's just like that's what makes me avoid the charts because it's like, come on now, there's a song that came out that was way better than that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what populates these charts, what motivates these charts, but like I said,
there's a lot of politicking going on.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So I'm not sure what to say, but once again, if an artist, I know a lot of like Twice, they were on the Billboard charts and everything like that, and that's great for them. And I'm pretty sure that is an achievement for them because they're from Korea.
Yeah.
And they didn't think they'll be on a U.S. chart. So
you got to politic. You got to come to America. Yeah. You got to rub some shoulders, scratch some backs.
That might be the thing. Then that might be the thing. In charts. You got to figure out how to get attached to the audience, and I guess that is the thing. But I feel like that's happened organically. I don't feel like that's anything that groups or artists have had to do. I feel like we've been showing them the love to propel them to this point. So I guess you can really say it's the fans. The fans really help these artists' charts.
I was ready to say it.
So I guess if you build a great fan base, they can do most of the work for you, honestly. So I guess that's my answer.
That's exactly what I want to say. When you can come to America and fill out a stadium, then that's when you can hit the charts, in my opinion. Because at that point, you've already garnered up the fan base. It's undeniable. It's undeniable, and the fans are speaking louder. We'll see performances at like Jimmy Fallon, Twice performed there, right, on the show, and the fans were already hyped up. This and that. I'm sure Fallon was like, "Whoa, right?
Yeah.
This is how you got to get people's attention." So
Quinta is a good example of that.
Oh yeah, when she was then they started, why y'all barking?
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
They're like, y'all really that big, huh?
Like this is a thing.
Yeah. When you can create a splash like that, that's when you know you have it. I hate that new groups try to like come out the gate trying to shoot for like, international or try to hit the charts, like they have the formula, but it's like you gotta have the fan base first.
Yeah.
And the way to do that is you gotta speak directly to the artists. I mean, to the fans, and just build it up, and then after a while, it's undeniable.
And I feel like the K-pop industry is great at doing that.
1,000%.
They are great at making you feel like you're part of the movement and everything. So they got it locked. And I feel like that's a lot of things artists can be. I mean, I'm not saying all artists over here stateside don't do it, but a lot don't do it.
Nope.
But the few that do, you can tell how it makes them feel at a show or anything when the fans are more connected to them and everything like that. So the fans are a big part of it, man. Big part.
It's everything.
So I guess if that was the last question, let me just throw y'all a curveball.
Oh God.
What's your favorite thing that happened this week, non K-pop related? Just in life. Yeah. Any cool things happening?
Damn. Got to
I
think.
say don't think about myself.
Nothing cool happening this
I
week?
mean, Dreamville's happening right now. The Dreamville Festival.
Oh,
I've been, I love watching my artists perform. Usher was pretty dope last night. So,
that's
yeah.
You had anything?
I drank some water. I've been working on my gains. Been to the gym consistently. I feel I'm able to get up a flight of stairs without, losing my breath. So I've been healthier, man.
Ted AP, you got anything?
Our passports came in, so
Oh, okay. That's great.
Passport?
Yeah.
Passport.
What's that?
Passport.
to go
passport.
internationally.
To
So they can
travel?
leave the country.
Oh, we can leave the country?
Oh dear. Well, we were approved to leave. Yes, we were approved to leave the country.
Oh my God.
We are who we say we are.
Oh my goodness.
We got our stamp.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that,
all I
I mean,
got.
it's been a chill week.
Yeah.
If I missed something, I'm sorry, but
I'm about to say, Dave, what you got?
I mean, we did get the bobbleheads. Yeah, we did get the
Oh,
bobbleheads.
that was beautiful.
Yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
dope.
that was
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, so
100%.
That was a highlight for everybody.
yeah,
Heck yeah.
yeah.
I think it may sound negative, but my job kind of fired me.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, but I feel like they're doing me a favor though, so it's cool.
Hold on, how you just slide that in there? All right, y'all, we'll catch y'all later.
We can't
We gotta
talk about that.
What?
Yeah, they found.
Hey y'all, go to www.patreon.com/the report card podcast, and
That
if
would
you wanna
help.
support us,
That would be love.
please.
I mean,
We
you're
love
not gonna
y'all.
get nothing. You'll get a lot of
Hearts.
content in return.
Hearts everywhere. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Please support us. We don't ever
Don't do
ask
that.
y'all.
Don't do that.
We love y'all. Peace.